So I've had a chance to use my benchtop edge sander a little bit more, and I've definitely got a pros and cons list going, so I'll share some of that with you. First on my positive list is how accurately that belt locks in at 90 degrees all the way across its width. And that can be a real source of frustration with other tools, whether that's a jointer or just a table saw fence, but with this graphite covered steel platen, it's very accurate and consistent, and this one was just dead square all the way down. Another plus for me is the motor on this one. At 3/4 horse, it's very strong, and also the style of the motor is one that I like. It's a TEFC motor that's totally enclosed, fan cooled, and it's what you see on industrial equipment compared to just the universal motors that are sometimes loud and not very durable on other models. That thing is seriously robust, and I think on my other edge sander that I have, it's about a 1/5 horsepower, so no comparison there. Yet it just runs on a standard 115 volt outlet, so that's pretty handy. And next up on the list, I just love the fact that this is a benchtop model. Fact of the matter is, I wouldn't be shopping for an edge sander if it was a full floor size model, but because this is a smaller compact unit with a minimal footprint, I think it'll fit well in a lot of different shops. I've been getting by pretty well just with some heavy duty clamps, but there are holes at all 4 corners if you want to permanently mount that to your bench. The model on that one is an Oliver number 6301, and this one uses a 6 by 48 inch belt. And actually a big positive for me is the fact that this uses a cast iron top. All the other benchtop tools in my shop have either an aluminum top or kind of an MDF laminated top, and I think cast iron is just quite a bit better. And that means you've got a standard 3/4 by 3/8 inch miter slot, so you can use the included miter gauge or something larger of your own, and that's pretty handy for sanding end grain. Another thing I discovered is you can actually remove the dust shroud and add this contour sanding table, so it kind of doubles as a spindle sander, and that's pretty handy in a small shop. So just drop that accessory table in place and tighten it up with 2 knobs. Now you can position that anywhere along the height of the belt, so that's kind of convenient. The belt actually tips back on this as well. Now on my other edge sander, it's the opposite. The table tips down, but on this one, it's the belt that's adjustable. It can actually tip all the way flat, and while I don't use it in that position very often, it is handy if you want to put it at an angle for chamfering those tenons. And we'll tip that back to about 135 degrees and lock it in place with that cam action lever. I love the way that works. And the table height's even adjustable, so you can take full advantage of every inch of that belt. And then as far as negatives, there's really only 2 things for me. This is a more expensive sander, so you'll have to factor that into the overall budget and planning of your shop. But again, you get what you pay for. This is cast iron and metal versus the other ones are kind of plastic, and they may or may not have a belt attachment, but this one you can do both flat edges as well as contour sanding. So I think it has a lot going for it in terms of that. And the other negative is I just wish this edge of the belt guard was removable so you could work longer stock like cabinet doors without having to remove your dust collection shroud. So all things considered on this Oliver 6301 edge sander, you know, if you take the good and the bad, to me it's still a win because I like the compact footprint and the functions that it has. And even if you said to yourself, hey, look, I'm never going to be in the market for an edge sander because they're just too big, maybe think again, just because this is in a compact footprint. It's just a benchtop model. You can put it anywhere or set it down under the table saw when not in use. So some advantages there. Hey, I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out and get a little more info. But thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.